Well, hello, hello. This is Rosa, rcgkreations. How are you doing? Bringing you to a little review on the corn husker. It's got the little shredded edges there. Can you see that? Let me angle that so you don't see it in the glare. And my first time using it, I went ahead and shucked on my corn. You can see it's got some little corn hooks there on there. But what I'm told is they've got the little ridges right here on this part right there. So that's the part you put toward the cob. Then you push down on it. Oh man, this is smooth. Make sure you got a surface on the bottom because, look at that. There's my little bowl to put everything in. See that? Wow, this is really a lot easier than using the knife. Okay, so let's go back. I did see one lady doing the corn shucking, and she had some little tool, not the same one, but similar to it. Excuse me, sorry. Well, my hands are dirty, so I can't touch my face. And she used the tip to put it in an upside down bundt cake, but my bundt cake's right on the top, and I can't reach it, and I don't want to get it. Because I only got 3 ears of corn. And what I'm going to do is I'm freezing this corn. I am not going to preserve it any other way other than freeze it for future use. But I'm going to put it in mine because we're just empty nesters. So I'm going to put it in a freezer bag. And then freeze it in those little small snack size bags, because those snack size bags is enough for me and hubby's dinner. So we just use 1 or 2 depending on what we want to make with what we're doing. Okay, so let me just, it does get a little bit slick because the corn is slick. But actually, that's not bad. Sweet corn is so good. And I'm sure with practice, I will get faster at it. But I want to get as close to the husk as I can, so that's why I'm not rushing myself. Well, that seems to be good control. I can control it with one hand, because this is slick, but my hands are wet from the corn. From it, every time you shuck it, you're releasing juices from the corn. You see that? See how I'll move my hand so you can see the glare, you can see the shine. Okay. Well, that is really, really now. You see that part? I missed that part there. You see that? See how it's got the indentation? So I'm going to go back and get a little bit closer to the center, and there you go. Pulled it right off. So I would definitely say this is definitely worth the money. And I will be buying some more of these to give them away as gifts for someone that I know Husker loves to have fresh corn on the husk. And an easier way, and definitely a lot safer than using the knife. I'm just trying to see how far deep I can go on this thing. Oh, and for those of you who want to, do you know that you can use the corn husks and make corn jelly? And jelly is supposed to be really good, and that's what I plan on doing with this. So that'll be a separate video of how to make corn jelly out of using your corn husks. But look at that one. Look how close I got to that one. You see that? Right there. I got really close to that. And let me see if I can get a little bit closer on this other part. Actually, yeah, I did. Look at that. See that? Got even closer to it. Because the closer you get to it, the more of the juices of the corn that you get. So when you're cooking it, all that comes in there And you're good to go. Oh, here's a little spot. You see that indentation there on top? Let's see. I'm going to turn it this way. Yep. Got it right to the very edge. But I know some people really nibble all the way to the very, very edge to get all that corn juiciness. But I'm not going to go through all that extra effort. And I'm going to put this over here. Actually, I'm going to put this back in my other bowl. I'm going to finish this off. And I thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next review. I'm going to try to do at least 2 to 3 items in a review that are under 15 minutes. That way they're not too long. And because I'm just enjoying the prices of these TEMU products. And you can buy these in local stores. I've seen them on local stores. And I've seen them on other websites. But they're very, very pricey. And as long as I can afford to buy these from TEMU and the quality's there, I'm going to continue to do that. So, kudos for TEMU on this one. Thumbs up. Thank you so much. We'll catch you in the next video for the next review. Alrighty. We are going to blanch this corn. Whoops, let me turn you around. Make sure you're in frame. You want to get a pot of boiling water. We get a slotted spoon because this boiling water is going to be hot, so be careful, okay? And you want to get your, this is corn off the cob. I just cut off the cob. And then you're going to put it in here in the boiling water. And the water's going to cool down, so once this comes back to a rapid boil, you want to just blanch it for 1 to 3 minutes. I like to do 2 minutes, but that's just me. Okay. Now I can add the rest of my corn. Stir this a little bit. And what I'm doing is you want to blanch your corn before you put it in freezer bags to freeze for later use. Because fresh off the corn tastes so much better than canned corn. And it's just as good as a freezer corn, but this is another way for you to stretch your food budget by buying fresh corn. Right now it's in season in summertime. Get it at a good discount price. And in order, you don't necessarily have to freeze corn. When you take it off the corn, shuck it off the corn, shuck the husk off, take the silks off, and then peel. You can use a knife or you could use a vegetable peeler, corn peeler. Like I've got this one right here. In the first part of the video, see where I showed you where I'm peeling the corn and I'm using that little tool. And but the reason you want to blanch it, and I'm waiting for it to come back to a rapid boil. So I'm not talking to be talking. I'm waiting for this to come back to a rapid boil. Okay, is when you blanch the corn, and there's a lot of vegetables you need to blanch before you freeze them, which is what all the store-bought manufacturers do when you buy freezer food. All of them have been blanched. Okay, because it's get a better color quality of the food, the vegetable, and the taste. It locks in the taste so much better when you blanch it than you go to put it in the freezer. So I'm going to wait for this to come to a rapid boil. It's going to boil for I'm going to say 2 minutes for me, because that's just my personal choice. Experiment. You do what you think is best for you. 1 to 3 is on average blanch time for any vegetable. Okay. Then you're going to drain it and instantly drain it and instantly put it in a cold water ice bath. I just put cold water. I just rinse cold water over the whole thing. And that's enough for me, because this is only 3 ears of corn, which is just a small batch, but it's enough for me and hubby. And, you know, you stay within your budget. Buy 2 or 3 ear corns this payday, next payday 3 or 4, whatever it is. But if you can find a great special and you can buy a whole case or a whole box of them, that's better. But then remember, you're going to spend a lot more time shucking the corn, the husk off the corn, taking the silk off the corn, and then cutting the corn off the cob, and then blanching it, and then you gotta, once you've blanched it, you've cooled it off, it's cooled off, because you want to cool it off as soon as possible, because the heat in the corn will continue to cook the corn, and you want to stop that. You don't want to cook the corn, you just want to blanch it. Then you lay it all flat on a towel on top of a cooling rack, and you want it to kind of dry up just a little bit. I would say for like 5 to 7 minutes. So all the little kernels, what I do is I put mine on a cooling rack like this, wire rack, that sits on top of the cookie sheet. Put my towel on top. Then I stick that whole thing in the freezer, and then that's when I flash freeze it. Then after about 2 hours, it's flash frozen. Take it off of there, and then you put it in your freezer bags and label it, date it, and you're good to go till you're ready to use it. Oop, it's starting to boil. Let me turn down my heat. And that'll happen. So it's come to a rapid boil. So I say 1 more minute because I was looking at you, still looking at that. I should have seen in the video. It's over boiling. And then you're ready to go, and you're ready to reuse your corn. And I like to put mine, because it's just me and hubby, in the little snack size baggies. And then I put all those baggies inside one big freezer gallon bag. That way I just take out 1 or 2 bags depending on what I need. And if you have extra company, take out 2 or 3 bags and you're good to go. So catch me at the next part, which will be laying everything out. Okay, because this is such a small batch, because it was only 3 ears of corn, I'm just put it on a towel, on a cookie sheet. I let it drain, soak up. Now, I'm just going to put the towel back up there, just so it dries. And it's going to go in the freezer for 2 hours. Then I'm going to take it out, put them in my little Ziploc snack bags, put those inside a freezer gallon bag, and then we're going to go and put them in the freezer, label everything, we're good to go. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.